Hey there, Danny here. Welcome to my ramblings. So I was stuck in bed for a little while, because my left shoulder hurts when my herniated discs from my car accident act up, and I have to icy hot it and ibuprofen and rest. So we're resting. I was watching a show. And there was a commercial for wealth management. And I was watching the commercial and I thought to myself, do people realize what they're saying? They're telling us in the commercial. So, what they tell you in the commercial is that when you work with them, there are no set fees that you have to navigate. They get a percentage of your grand total that you've invested with them. So if you have 50 million with them or $50,000 with them, the person that has 50 million is going to pay a percentage. The person that has 50,000 is going to pay a lot smaller percentage. But these are for the same services. I'm going to tell you this. So when I was in college for my paralegal degree, I worked in debt settlement in the legal department. And then after graduation, I worked in a debt settlement company in the legal department. I wrote policies and procedures for them. They were a newer company. Anyways, and a lot of like accident attorneys that do things on contingency basis and stuff like that. A lot of your bankruptcy law firms for Chapter 13 and stuff. I think this is the biggest scam in the world, but they don't charge you a fee for the services that they offer you. They actually charge you based off of the amount of money. So if it's a bankruptcy, a Chapter 13, they're basing it off of the amount of your debt. So if you have debt of 50,000, they're going to get a percentage of it. If you have debt of 500,000, they're going to get a bigger percentage, but they're not doing any more work. Not at all. Neither is the wealth management. Neither are any of the law firms. They're not making they're not making anything. They're not doing anything extra for you. If you're with the more amount of money or more amount of debt, they're not doing anything extra for you than what they would do for somebody that had less. They're just charging you extra. And the claim in the commercial was, when you do better, we do better. When I heard them say those words, I thought, is anybody else watching this commercial and going, they just told us that they're stealing from us because they deserve to be paid a percentage. They deserve to get rich while you're getting rich because, well, they shouldn't have to do what you've done. They shouldn't have to work as hard as you do. They'll just get rich off of the backs of the wealthier and give the same services to somebody who has less money. What a freaking scam! Can you say, if that does not prove greed, I don't know what does. And any company that runs this way, you are not of God. You are not watching God. You are not supporting God. You are not any of that. You are literally working with the devil. That's all you're doing. It's greed. You're charging the same for a service, but because the person has more debt or they have more money invested, or their accident was worse, then you have the right to have more money when you're doing exactly the same thing that you would do for anybody else. Tell me that's not a scam. I mean, let's not get started on insurance because that's a topic that I'm not going down that rabbit hole because that just freaks me the hell out. Insurance companies are the biggest scam, and our government forcing us to do that scam shows that our government is just as much of a scam. That's all I'm going to say on that. But I just wanted to say, anybody else watch this commercial and realize that they're telling you the more money you make, the more we make. So if you don't make a lot, we're not going to make a lot. But if you make a lot, we're going to make a lot. But you're not going to get any extra services than what the poorer person would because, well, we're doing you a favor. They're not doing you a favor. They're screwing you and taking what they want. It's greed. Total greed. Anyways, I will leave you with that. My big dog's over here knocking over the food dish because evidently she wants attention. So I'll be back in a day or two, guys. Love ya. Bye.